What's up, marker heads? It's Karen from Art by Karen E. Haley. I hope you guys are having a good holiday season. This is not a holiday drawing, but it's something that I've been saving for when I'm very busy and need a video to upload. And so, I'm going to be honest with you, this is a kind of a placeholder type of video. But it's going to be interesting, I hope, and kind of helpful to some of you. I hope that you enjoy Fluffy's commentary as much as you enjoy mine, because he's gonna come in here and make a lot of noise, because he's noisy. Probably. Anyway, so this illustration is something that I did for Illustration 101 at the Academy of Art University's online school. This is one of the courses that you take in your first semester, so this is one of the first assignments that you'll be doing. This is the MURAL assignment. And this one has an interesting process behind it. So in the first week, we're assigned to interview people in our community. My community, by the way, is Dallas, Oregon. So I talked to a lot of people in Dallas, Oregon. So that's kind of how that went. A lot of people that I talked to either mentioned how much they love the park, how much of a family community Dallas is, and how a lot of events are held in the park and just different things. A lot of people really talked a lot about the park. So if you're from Dallas, you probably know which park I'm talking about. It's the biggest park, Dallas City Park, and this park has a big creek running through it. It has a suspension bridge. It has quite a few different playset areas. There's disc golf, and there used to be bike jumps, but those got filled in because a lot of people were turning their faces into hamburger by crashing on it. But yeah, my point is the park has a lot of different important parts to it that the community is really passionate about, and so that's something that I really wanted to make the main focus of my mural was the Dallas Park. So as you can see, that's what was the end result. After we did the interviews, we also had to do thumbnails, and this was all done in the first week, from what I can remember. We did the interview and the thumbnails, and typically what we would do is do 10 thumbnails based on one subject that we got from the interview and 10 thumbnails on the other. I did one that was based mainly on the park, and then one that was based on the library. I'm going to show you the ones for the park because the library, the teacher's like, don't worry about this one because your most successful thumbnails are the ones based on the park, which I was more into doing stuff about the park, so that being said, I do love the Dallas Library, but I will show you those thumbnails, or maybe I already did, whatever, but the thumbnails that she selected that she really liked were of a girl playing frisbee golf, of a person reading, and also of some people playing on a swing set. And so that's what became the main focus of my drawing, was all three of those, because she asked me to incorporate them all into a singular drawing. And that's why we've got a panorama here, because I just could not figure out how to fit all those things into a standard proportioned rectangle. I had to make it stretched so that everything would fit. And I think that it turned out really cool. After she told us which thumbnails worked the best, we were to do sketches based on it, and then turn those in, and then also value studies and color studies. And then once she said which ones turned out to be the nicest, we started to work on our final piece. And so that's basically the whole process behind doing an assignment. You get about a week to do each thing, or two things. And as a commission artist, I can tell you right now that this method is very, very similar to working with commissions. You don't interview like 40 people, you interview one person about what they want in their commission, and then depending on how much creative freedom you want, there's a certain degree of feedback that happens between commissioner and commission artist. So it was very similar to working with a commission, and the only difference I say would be that the teacher has a deadline, and a lot of times the commissioner just wants you to make it the way they want it to be, but they don't really care about a deadline so much. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. For me, most of my commissioners don't have a deadline unless something is a gift to somebody else. So in some ways it's different, in some ways it's very, very much the same. But yeah, I feel like taking this class was very helpful for me to understand what it's like to work with somebody else to make an artwork better, how to take critique and use it in a positive way, not like a, oh, you don't like that part of my drawing, so obviously you hate me forever, oh, because that is the reaction that a lot of people get going when they feel like they're being critiqued. They're like, so you hate me, and it's all my fault, and it's horrible, and they become victimized or whatever, and it's not about that. Critique is trying to help you figure out what you could do better. There are polite and impolite ways to critique. That is very true, but critique is not always as bad as people make it out to be, and certainly it is a very valuable tool. So that's something else that I learned while I was working on this, was how valuable taking critique can be, and how nice of an outcome you can get when you heed critique and just try and see where they're coming from. Some things about the actual drawing itself that I want to talk about are things that I incorporated are people that I know. So Frisbee Golf Girl, she's based off of my sister. She's got a very athletic build, and she has very long, flowy, fancy hair. And my husband and my son and I are in there, and we're swinging Ron, my son. He's in the little toddler swing. Also, my friend Erin and her husband are bicycling together, and I just wanted to put them in there because when I think of the park, I kind of think of them. It's just a lot of fun to go there with them, so I put them in there. And then also, the guy reading is somebody that I went to school with, named Josh. I don't know. I just was drawing him, and I was like, this kind of looks like Josh. Okay. So that's kind of how that worked out. The kids on the swing are just random kids, because I don't really know very many kids that are that age. So, anyway, other things I want to talk about are, if you live in Dallas, you will notice that these are in incorrect locations for the park. So there is no Frisbee golf hole or whatever right next to the swings, because that's just really dangerous. But I needed to put those things together so that we could see them all in one picture. The bathrooms are missing because I put them in the original sketch, and the teacher said that they were distracting, so I took them out. There are not as many trees as there is in the actual park, and part of that is because in my original sketch I did put those trees in, and it was very hard to tell what was negative and positive space. Even when I pushed the value back and made everything flat in the background, the trees were still kind of making it really hard to see. And I'm talking about right behind the swing set, because in reality, there's a lot of trees back there. But in my picture, it's actually quite a clear area. And so that's not quite exactly how the park looks. Some things that are based on the park pretty accurately are the tree and the suspension bridge and kind of the curvature of the path that the bicyclists are on. So there's some things that are right, and some things that are not quite so right with this picture, but I really wanted to incorporate everything that the teacher wanted me to incorporate, so that's why it's not 100% accurate. So I hope that you enjoyed my little discussion about what it's like to do an assignment, and what it was like to do this particular assignment. I don't have very many other assignments from school filmed. I do have one that was just medium experimentation. That wasn't a full assignment, that was more of an exercise. I don't think I did anything else on video for my school assignments, but if you're interested in seeing what I've done from school so far, let me know and I will show that to you guys. In the meantime, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to check out all of my links in the description box below. Everything from my Etsy to my Patreon to my Facebook page. I'm on Instagram and I'm on DeviantArt. And I started doing Twitch streams recently instead of doing Cywork streams because that's something that you guys discussed last week. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I'm gonna see you in the next week's video, which will hopefully be the Fireflies video that I'm needing to do. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you guys next week. Happy holidays!